let me tell you something. It has been a hot minute since I've been on the tube of a billion views, but only one of me and you. How you doing, everybody, today? This is Jason's House Fun and Video Games, bringing you today a Game Room update. I can't even begin to explain how many of these I've actually done this year, which is very odd. I usually will do maybe one or two. I think this would be my third one, possibly. Very unexpected. And I gotta tell you, before we get into it, I do plan on still giving you some final fight for the Sega CD. I see it in the blue yonder over there. Beyond yonder, whatever it may be. It's over in the sea of blue over there. We'll get to that at some point. This was extremely unexpected. Doing this video was very unexpected. It has been probably a month since I last uploaded, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was just the Sega CD, if I remember. My love for it. Great video. A lot of awesome comments on there. A lot of kudos. Really appreciate all the support, as always. It has been extremely busy. I've had a lot of stuff going on professionally. Things come and go. People come and go. It is what it is. But when that happens, unfortunately, the furnace goes up and it's time to get to work. So, no real time for play. Haven't really been doing much, but I am really excited. And I won't show you this because we don't ever show this on this channel. I have successfully cleaned the garage again, as I normally do every year. In Florida, we don't have basements. Well, typically, I don't think there's ever a place in Florida that's had a basement. If there is, you know, let me know, but I don't think so. People use the garages as their basements. And up north, my basement was quite a challenge to unload and come here and then do it again and do it again. That garage was getting out of control. So I cut it up, started going through every tote. Granted, it's always a great stroll down nostalgia lane that's not necessarily like in the game room, but there's a ton of stuff out there that I can't bring in here because of the size. But we're going to go over the game room and get to the update momentarily. A few things that I have to talk about, though. Has anybody gotten that awesome, amazing looking Nightmare on Elm Street 4K set? I was scrolling through social media today. Whether it's true or not, it's doctored, it's AI. Somebody posted they got the first out of, you know, however many they were with the release. I think it was like 4,000 or something like that. Don't quote me. The set looks awesome. I am not a Steelbook fan whatsoever. But it is that time of year, and I'd love to be pumping out some serious Halloween-themed stuff. That is a huge part of what we do here. Media, physical media, video games, all kinds of stuff that we do here. And I don't spend enough time on media. Which, you know, I've kind of dabbled into other things. Didn't really bring much fruition. But it's just on hold for the time being. I will return to it at some point and trying to do some research, as the kids say, and figuring out how I want my videos to look. But nevertheless, did you get that 4K set? Because it looks amazing. It just looks great. There's also one that was available, I think, in Australia. And you have to, of course, pay the tariff or whatever they call it. And pay a little extra, but you could still get the same set. It just looks a little different. And I don't know, I haven't gotten a chance to get it. I think that may be somewhere down the line. I find it for a good price. Well, and there's also a regular 4K set as well that looks amazing. And 4K of any horror franchise looks awesome. But I've yet to get it, but just throwing that out into the universe. If you have, let me know. I'm curious. What else have I been doing? So what else I've been doing kind of video too. Because you know we have to take some time to kind of go through things. As I'm looking at this, I'm super excited to tell you about this and show you it, right? But we'll get there. Another thing, and I'm curious about, is what you folks have been playing out in the wild. Video game wise. I took a little break from Call of Duty and I was playing Metal Gear 5, and I have a new love for it. I played that game so much it's ridiculous. I have my PS5 out in the living room. Everybody gets to, have their chance with it. We played a lot of Call of Duty together. I kind of gave the COD a little break. I just recently picked up COD again, trying to get back into it, have some fun. It's not the same as it was. I know there's many videos out there that can go over it. I'm not going to go into all the details and what could or could not be. By the way, at least I've got, something going on here. Some Halloween freshness. Hopefully you saw that. But I finally got back into that. I'm playing some retro games as always. I started playing Batman. The first one for PS3. Is it PS3? Yeah, I have the PS3 copy and I have PS4 for the other couple or whatever. But I couldn't get past a very easy thing in the beginning. I was too hyper-focused on Call of Duty and just put it away. And then one day I was like, you know what? I really want to give this a try. I'm so glad that I did. I kind of put it down for a little bit. That was after Metal Gear and, kind of ran through Metal Gear as much as I could. Got into the end and it's kind of a little strange and some of the missions aren't fully put together. Such a wonderful game, though. It's an awesome game. I can't wait till they remaster Guns of the Patriots. I know they just did the Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta, which looks amazing. Haven't gotten that yet either. Haven't gotten a lot of things yet. Just super focused on what I'm doing, and just don't have time. It's just been pretty wild. But anyway, what have you been playing? Let me know. Let's go through the game room real quick and then get to the update, because I am really happy about this, and we'll get into why. So we'll start off as we always do. That's interesting. How's this table here? I mean, how's this chair here? I mean, we all know what that chair is. Something's missing. Exactly. That's part of it. This damn door took like 20 minutes to open. The lock got stuck. And I'm a pretty creative guy. I'm not super creative when it comes to construction and stuff like that. But as far as like room layouts and stuff like that, and being a complete cluster and crazy and no organization, but looks really good, that's me in a nutshell, 100%. But finally got that out of there. To be able to check out this chair right here, I have to have that door open. And it's just, you just keep getting in the way. And it's over in the corner. We're going to get to it. It's still here. Again, I'm just trying to make the best I can with the space I have. But, moving on. Nothing's really changed through here. Honestly, if you've just never seen it before. A few things. That's something I got at a Spirit Halloween one year. And then, of course, you got some NECA items up there. Friday the 13th. Which is awesome. We got our posters. Nothing's changed through here. But again, it's the Halloween season. Who doesn't want to look at it? And some G.I. Joe. I mean, you can't go wrong with G.I. Joe. Why would you? Silent Night, Deadly Night. Some Leprechaun. Only one poster for Leprechaun. So one of the things I really enjoy about the game room right here is these little guys that I find out in the thrift. I don't just look for physical media in video games and CDs and all kinds of crap. I do look for interesting things like this. I don't know why, but it just reminds me of a different time. That's just the truth of it all. So, behind me right here, again, nothing has changed really at all. I keep it the same. I might change this at some point, but after today, I don't know when I'm going to be doing it, but this is just respect to the old Spider-Man Toy Biz line from 94. You got a limited edition Venom from Spider-Man 3. Not really my favorite, but still a good movie. Of course, you got some of the Amiibos. Turtles, those aren't original. Those are re-released 2020, and so on and so on. These figures remind me of the Hasbro figures. I've gone into that many times. And I like them. They remind me of those. They're not exactly them, but they're great. I wish I could collect them all. But I think I have what I want, and, I have one or two I can kind of pull out here and there. Here is one of the other changes I did. This is now a plush corner, and it looks pretty crazy. There's a whole bunch of mess down there. Nothing's really changed. The closet's kind of blocked off now because of a lot of stuff I got going on over here. But we'll get to it at some point. Can't do everything on your own, and can't do everything in one day. But I really like this. I think it brings out the room a little bit. I'm not a huge plush guy. Any of the plushes that you happen to see over here are just definitely ones from the past. This is a pumpkin that's actually very valuable. It's a Halloween prop from the 80s, and it's amazing. There's 2 other ones, but I've only found one in the wild. They're really expensive, though, over $100 for some of those. So nothing really changed there, just trying to do things a little differently. As I said, the Closet of Doom, honestly, is no difference. Take a look at these figures up here. Some old WWF figures. Really love them. They're great. Not like the Hasbro, but different time indeed. I got other ones that are locked away in another closet. I had the Nation of Domination, and I have a Championships one. All the different championships. I think Bret Hart was in it. The Rock, when he won the Intercontinental Championship. I just can't remember. The Nation of Domination one's awesome. It's one of the only releases you actually saw of Crush. As, the Disciples of Apocalypse Crush, the Nation Domination Crush. And then he would leave WWF again, go to WCW, and then, untimely pass away at some point in a couple years after that. But, good stuff. A little weird, a little morbid conversation, but it's okay. Nothing's really changed over here. This is just the setup. Got all the stuff all over the place. Kind of is what it is. And then, of course, you got up here. Nothing that really changes. Got some love for the new WWF or WWE figures. More amiibos. Absolutely love those Ultimates. They're really expensive, but they are awesome. Showing some love to Bret Hart, Savage, Hogan, and then a CM Punk that I don't see very often. That was before he left. That was after he won the championship in the mid-2000s. And then again, some pretty cool stuff through here. Got some posters and stuff like that. And then we'll go to the other part soon. Trust me. There's Michael. He's still here. And the silhouette still looks awesome. I made sure the knife was still in eye's view. Right here we've got, get a better picture of this right here. All the horror figures and some Power Rangers mixed in. Absolutely love NECA figures. I think that they are one of the best type of figures out there. Some of the sculpts are, of course, couldn't use improvement. So shouldn't everything. Still love it. They're such great figures. I have very little of them taken out of the package. I don't usually do that. I am a sealed in box, mint on card collector when it comes to action figures. I told the story many times. Check out the other Gameroom tours in case you're wondering why that is. But, we've got some classics here. Some wonderful, amazing figures. Some really expensive ones. Like some of these figures go, between $100,000. I've seen some of them in the conditions. And of course, you got the NECA releases. That's my great Toka and Razor. Great story with that. I saw Toka and Razor and the Super Shredder. Every other figure you ever wanted from the first and second one. I saw him sitting on a shelf in Walmart the day before I left Massachusetts to come to Florida. Way too much on my mind. Making sure bills were good. Making sure that we were going to make the trip. I did not pull the trigger. I regretted it. Finally got that guy. Ended up getting the Super Shredder somewhere along the way. Just amazing. I've kind of gone over a lot of those. I don't know if I went over the Super Shredder or not. Because he was in the closet. He was buried in the top or whatever. That closet is something fierce. But we ended up getting the figures eventually. It just took a long time, and I'm glad I did because, man, oh man, do those figures look amazing. We've looked at them many times. Tiny Toons or Toonie Terrors. I think I've gotten all the ones I really want, honestly. Some of them go up in value. Some of them aren't super valuable. The NECA figures are typically pretty available. The ones that I'd really be after, any more incarnations of Halloween. There's not really much left except for 4 and 5. I don't know how the licensing would go with that because I think it's a little different. The Nightmare series, I don't have a 4th one because they never released that, or a 5th one, or a 6th one. I have all the rest of them, which are great. Friday the 13th, we finally got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 5s, 6, 7. There are 2 more left because they have released the 2009 version. We need, and I quote, Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason makes Manhattan. He doesn't make Manhattan, but he takes Manhattan. Actually, he takes Vancouver, but in a boat. Nevertheless, Jason Goes to Hell. Jason X. I have a Jason X from McFarlane. Very hard to find. In the hard plastic. Really rare. Not as rare as that one. And not as rare as these two. But very rare nevertheless. These are also great too. I want to kind of show these off. This one is surprisingly not that expensive, but the Halloween one, Friday the 13th one, not the Freddy vs. Jason one, which I'm surprised. These are super buku money ones. Like crazy money. And again, it's not all about the value here, really isn't. It's not why I collect things. I don't have to flex. I just like to look at this stuff because it's awesome. It's cool. This room brings me back to a different time where I didn't have to worry about half the things I have to worry about now. As an adult, growing up, I was so excited for DVD, so excited for Blu-ray. Not really too excited about 4K, but I mean the picture quality, the sound is amazing. I find myself going back in time now. I love watching Laserdisc. I love watching VHS. I have a beta player. I have one movie, so I love to track down beta. It's just different. It's like listening to the vinyl as it's behind me. And listening to the iPod. Listening to the CD, the cassette. They all can sing the same song, have the same music. But there is some difference with it. I think technically there is some difference with vinyl. I don't know when it comes to CD to MP3, which is, iPod and, digital downloads and all this other crap. I mean, I don't have a whole bunch of stuff with it, or knowledge, but I'm telling you, there's a difference. Huge difference. You could tell it. The biggest difference I could tell you, because we're getting into it and we're going there. We're going to the updates I'm super happy about. The biggest difference, as something's really irritating me, I have to take care of it. I don't think I'm going to be able to, though. Do I have anything that will reach? Maybe. Yep, we're gonna use this in the middle of the video. There we go. And it's gonna fall again. That's just great. Sorry about that. That was necessary. The poster was falling, and what are you gonna do? It is what it is. I'm a spaz. I had an old stereo system. I still have the stereo. The speakers went to shit. Before decibels, and that's the measurement of sound that comes through speakers, I believe, if I'm correct, I could be wrong. But the decibels that we get now in speakers compared to the decibels that you get in the 60s and 70s, very different. I don't know if it's the, what is it called there? The thing that, watches over censorship and things if they're right or not right. I forget what it's called, but it's that thing that Howard Stern I can think of. He was really big on their shit list movies, of course, with the MPPA. I just can't remember it, but that entity, I think, had something to do with changing the loudness of it. And these speakers, if you put on anything else, even these awesome, amazing things that they have out there for cars and stereo systems aren't huge now. Sound systems still are. They're cool. I mean, I've got one right here, since we're looking at it. I forgot to kind of show this off. This is just a bunch of nonsense. But nevertheless, this stereo system was amazing. The vinyl on it, I can't explain it. It just sounded different. And there wasn't a tweak to the decibels that came through it. I looked it up at some point over the last 20 years. Maybe it might have been even when the internet was in its infancy. back in the 90s. I think it came out in the 90s. I think the internet was like widely available in the mid 90s. Got my Windows 98. I did have it. I still have my hard drive for it. But the computer's long gone. It wasn't going to come back. I don't know not much about computers, but nevertheless, getting lost. But anyway, these speakers were amazing. And the sound through them is just something you'd never hear again. And I really wish I could have found it. I really wish I could have kept them and they didn't break or whatever it was. It was moving from mass to here. Man, it was different. I still have the stereo system, so I found some speakers. I don't know if it was the speakers or the stereo system, but there's a huge significant change. But nevertheless, back to the tour and the update. More posters, because I gotta have some posters. Put in some Scream in there, why not? Nightmare on Elm Street posters are amazing. I mean, even the new Nightmare one, a great movie. It is the 2010, I know. Everybody has a certain feeling about it. But just look at the way these posters are. I got the alternate version of that. I don't like the regular one. The regular one this one popped for me. It's the one they used for the NECA figure as well. And look at that. The third and the fourth, even the fifth installments of it. Just amazing. Before we go any further, we'll go through some of our goodies here. This is usually something I do at the end, but tons of stuff. Got the VHS corner here. A lot of horror, a lot of 90s, 80s, all kinds of crazy stuff in there. Stuff you just don't see anymore. I've got a thing for these collector sets, always did. That's a Blockbuster release, very sought after. I absolutely love it. And then, all the staples for horror, as you'd imagine. Really awesome stuff. These ones right here, through this one. I think those were a 1994 release. Definitely not the original. This was these two right here, maybe even these three. These were pretty close to second, maybe third release, maybe first release on these two. And then so on and so on. Just awesome. Absolutely love VHS. Brings you back. Right here, of course, the love for the Sega CD. And the games. More games and we know what the hell to do with it. But awesome. Got to do some cleaning around here, so please don't mind the mess. Did the best I could. Yeah, love that sea of blue right there. Looks awesome. Found that guy at the thrift. I don't know what his deal is, but he's a cool looking zombie. The Wii stuff, PlayStation. There's a whole bunch of stuff here. Booger Man, you ever play that? I was playing that for a while recently. WWF Raw, Castlevania Bloodlines, it just goes on. And then my PS2 collection's right here. That's a sign that my wife was kind enough to get for me. It's awesome. It's from they went to, I think her and her siblings went to Disney and went to Super Mario World. Pretty cool. That's a PS2 collection right there. I could barely see it, and again, this stuff is kind of crazy, but you got the Halloween pumpkin. I got that from Home Depot. And it looks like the Halloween pumpkin from that one right there. Halloween 2. Now, without further ado, this is probably one of my best things I've ever done in this game room so far. I've been here about almost 3 years, going on 3 years, coming up in February. I didn't know if I could do this. I've seen this item many times out in the wild. I saw it when I first started going to the thrift, a variation of it, not the exact one. And I absolutely love it. And I think you're going to too. But first, one final stop before we get to it. This setup's still the same. This is all the old retro systems, minus the Beats wireless headphones there. Some Mario, Snake, a whole bunch of stuff in here. I got the Atari finally in here, and the Master System. It's interesting. I had something else there. Well, I had my Laserdisc player there, because I didn't have the room. Now, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, We've waited long enough. It's time to see the meat and potatoes. Got a quick tour of the game room. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes. Oh my goodness gracious. This is some gold right here. I found this not at the thrift, not at a store clearly because this is very old. Out ready to be taken out by the trash. I saw it, I eyed it, and I said I think I could do something with that. Obviously wanted to make sure I cleaned it, sanitized it, made sure there's no bugs in it, all that other stuff. Because, you know, you get stuff out in the wild, that's the real wild. You don't want to bring any little friends in with you. So be wary for those who are a little concerned. Fully sanitized. And my son actually cleaned the windows. Because a little known fact about your boy here, he sucks at cleaning glass. Whether it's plates, windows inside the car, windows on a house. I'm not good at it. I just suck at it. I could sit here all day. He did a really good job. There's some scratches on it I wanted to try to get off with a razor. I don't think it's scratches. I think it's sticky residue. Whoever transported this didn't want the windows to come up. So they used tape. And that is what that is. So eventually we can get that off. All it takes is a little spray and a razor. I know how to do that really well. And not scratch the glass. I just can't clean the damn glass. So he did an amazing job with this. Now, we'll just open this up. Hopefully. All right, that one doesn't want to pop open real quick. We'll pop this guy open first. And again, it's not going to be perfect. I don't expect it to be. But, got a place for the vinyl now. It already had some holes in it, which is great. Didn't have to do that. Put the PS4 games up here. Behind this, Alien Trilogy. I don't know why it's in there, but it is. CD collection. That plays CDs, vinyl, and you can stream to it. Or Bluetooth, or whatever the hell you call it. You ever find $1 million on the ground? I did. It's not a legitimate bill. It blew by me. I looked and I said, holy shit. I can honestly say I found $1 million on the ground. Clearly, it's not a legal tender. There's no such thing. But it's awesome. Great story. Poop emoji. Who doesn't like a little more shit in their life? But really cool. These things are great. I've always wanted this for space reasons. And the glass will protect it. Now, what's the deal with this? Well, we're going to have to move some stuff around here a little bit. Because you know that giant chair is a wonderful thing. But it gets in the way because this room's a little small. Now, what could be behind there? Well, check this out. It's like a movie theater. Oh, yeah. I hope I don't wake him up again. My kid woke him up. That thing doesn't shut up. I don't know what it is, but I don't know, creepy things. I don't know why I put any of this stuff up there. A Blockbuster for obvious reasons. Got your Mighty Morphin Power Rangers there in case you wanted it. Got the connections for both the VHS player and the Laserdisc. I got these ones so I know the difference. The TV's amazing. I can now sit back. It's not fully centered, but it's centered enough. And then right below it, Laserdisc player. Can't go home and can't go on without it. CD player as well. Great system. Found that in the wild. I've now officially found 3 Laserdisc players in the wild. It's crazy. I was after it for so long. My first one was $5 from Save Lot. I don't know. It's some thrift store up north. I can't remember it. Savers. That's what it was called. Yeah, Savers. There's a VHS, my only beta. And now you could finally see in its glory. Although I don't have it hooked up. I got it tested. That is a beta. And you'll ask, what's the deal with beta? It is a form of media I never had before. That thing goes for a good chunk of change. And then ironically, somewhere along the line, I did find a beta. And it's a Disney movie. I couldn't tell you. It's Bedknobs and Broomsticks. I haven't watched it since I was a kid. But I will show you what the beta looks like. I'll show you what a VHS looks like if we can find one. It's easy enough to get. Beta is basically the VHS. It's just a little different. You can't see the second part of it, and it's different. I don't know how to explain it. Beta is something that was released a little bit before VHS, and then it did not take off really. So people started going to the VHS. It became the must-have entertainment thing at your house. I don't know. I'm not a commercial guy. But Laserdisc was also released. All three of those are all in the same. Beta was the first one to go bye-bye. VHS outlasted the Laserdisc. Laserdiscs were extremely expensive. If you didn't know what you were doing trying to fix them with the belts and everything else, the Laserdisc is a very complicated machine. If you get to know it and understand it, it's not super complicated. I understand it. Could I take one apart like I could take apart a VHS? And it has been years. But I fixed, I don't know, maybe about 5 or 10 VHSs, 5 or 10 DVD players as well. I understand the mechanics about it. I find it very interesting. There's so many good channels out there that do awesome restorations of old systems, TVs, the whole 9 yards. Like, you get a chance, you want to see something different, definitely take a look at that because you'll learn a lot. I pay very close attention. I would love to be able to learn how to solder. I don't know how to solder. I'm a big novice on that. I did know how to weld, and I'd still be considered a novice in that because I learned stick, which is obviously the first one you learn, MIG, which is combining the electricity and a thin wire, and TIG, which is very difficult because it combines stick and MIG, which make it TIG. I had so much fun with it. It was something I did in high school. I really wish that I kept up with it. I also learned graphic arts in high school too. I learned how to take apart 3 different printing presses. We don't really have those anymore. Newspapers, I don't think even really use them. But at one point in time, it was a very high sought after job, not very easy. I wouldn't say that I'm good with carpentry and, construction and things like that. I know some things I could kind of use my common sense to get through things, but don't ask me to build a house. It may fall apart in a day. Like the PS3 I tried to bring back to life. It died in a day. What are you going to do? Anyway, I love this. I was hoping the TV was going to fit. I could actually fit a bigger TV in here. I got a Toshiba. Got that many years ago when I actually first moved here. VHS, DVD still work. Looks awesome. Lasers are still awesome. Looks awesome. The beta has to be tested. I would love to find some beta horror. But again, these things are super hard to come by. I don't remember I only seen one beta machine in the wild. And I saw one beta tape. That's it. But still cool. I think it's great. I think it's an awesome addition. It looks clean. It saves some space. And I love this. It's so cool. I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. It's just awesome. You can protect it. As I almost make everything fall down. But last part, before we get to the other part of the game room now that I showed you the meat and potatoes. This thing is awesome. Because you could put your CDs in there. And I'm going to put some VHS. I already put some in there. It's just peg cleaning for the VHS players. Very good to do every once in a while. The heads get dirty, dust, everything like that. It'll work it like a champ. Same thing with over here. I've had something similar to this, but I didn't have this. I had one with drawers, I think. And it fit my giant TV, my Sony 32 or something inch TV. I really wish I didn't get rid of that. I got rid of it. I was so happy for, well, not really that. But I was so happy for that's an LED. LCD plasma was such a cool thing when it came out. Blu-rays, I was super excited. I really wish I kept that TV because that TV was amazing. Didn't have a thing wrong with it. This TV is just as good too. It was very difficult to find a controller, which just happened to remind me as I move this big giant thing out of my way. I've got to make sure that I have both controllers. Now, why do I have 2 controllers for that thing? Well, this is the original that I found on the internet. This one, for whatever reason, controls part of the TV. The other one controls the other. Not a clue. Couldn't tell you. But what are you going to do? So I'm going to put that right in there so I don't lose them. Absolutely love this. I'll probably show you another section of the house where I put my other media because clearly it's not there anymore. We'll get to that possibly. Maybe in another video. Last but certainly not least, the thing that lived over here for so long. My little mini table of nonsense. I hate that it doesn't have a lot of light. Oh, by the way, because I'm a spaz, dogs are a little upset. There's a light that goes on in there. I didn't plug it in, but I'm not really a fan of that. So this right here is still the same. Added some plush to it. And of course we have a little bit of stuff building up over here. You asked me how am I going to get out of vinyl or VHS? Gonna have to deal with it. I wanted that to be over there. Didn't want to keep moving it. In order to move anything out of here, those two doors have to be open. I could not do it with that. Now here's the amazing part of this. I have successfully now 2 times moved this, which is not very sturdy. It's not meant to hold this kind of weight. We all know how I am about testing the limits, and believe you me, I moved this from over here all the way over here and moved all this stuff out. Disconnected everything. Just forget this was here, of course. If you want, look at my other videos, you'll see it. Not a thing dropped. Maybe 1 or 2 things. That's pretty impressive, especially when it almost looks like it's a sailboat's going to capsize. Same thing with this. Just pulled out the plugs. I was trying to save time. Probably could have done a better job. Disconnected it. Cleaned everything. But I like how everything came out. And last but certainly not least, it's just a printer that I have for printing documents or pictures or whatever. And of course, we got this stuff right here. Number 1, yeah, that's right. Cupcake. Who are you going to call? You know who you're going to call. And then this was an interesting find that I forgot I even had. And then I remembered why I was so pissed off about it. Red Dragon audio tape, missing the first cassette. Love Silence of the Lambs. Huge fan of Hannibal. The original Red Dragon was called Maneater. This one is the Red Dragon. And this is what the book was called. They changed the movie to Maneater. Don't really know why. Didn't have Anthony Hopkins in it. But it did have his character in it. Dr. Hannibal Lecter. That is the last. That was actually part of the last surf video I had in Massachusetts. I finally found it. I brought it back out. And again, it's a lot of nonsense. By the way, if you like the video, give a thumbs up. Yeah, I'm that guy. And you can't go wrong with that. Just random bobblehead from our electric company. Found in the wild. Some other cool stuff. And then over here, because we didn't really look at it, got some more masks. And we didn't really pay attention up here either. Last certainly not least. The ones that were on the TV that were down here are now up here. It's an awesome Jason mask. Probably the best one I've had. Cheap too. Surprisingly. And you can actually change where the mask actually hooks in. In case you wanted to have a different grip on your face. 2 yellow ducks, because why not? With some death row chains from back in the day, baby. That's a 90s flea market buy if I ever seen one. Awesome Freddy Krueger mask with his fedora. And of course, the first Halloween mask. Michael Myers with a crown on, because why not? We've seen these things before. Finally got the eagle out. Got some shark, got some Metroid action. Things could be a lot cleaner, a lot more organized. I'm happy with what I have right now. I'm glad that I can park my ass on there, simply turn it around to step into the current generation, flip it back for the past. Just for a moment. Maybe for a little longer. It's nice to go down for a stroll down the nostalgia lane. That's all I got for you folks. That's it. So what do you think of that amazing find? And it didn't cost $10. It didn't cost $5. It didn't cost $30, $100, $50. Free. Except for shipping and handling, which happened to be me. Absolutely love it. Definitely brings me to a different time, as do most things in this room. And that's it. That's all I got for you. So this was hopefully a little shorter than usual. Yeah, a little shorter than usual. It's all good. Didn't get too far off the train tracks. Thank you very much for hanging out with me, taking a look at the latest update to the game room. I don't know if I really have any other ones that I want to do. Only thing it will be is either interchanging that, or that. That's what's great about the shelves. We might as well go over that as well. These shelves are in the wall and you can't really see them. It's probably better if I show them here. Yep, so these walls are interchangeable. Elm Street, Ghostbusters, Mars Attacks, great movie. You can move them. You can move everything on here. Very easy installation. That'll probably be another update for another day, or unless I want to do something completely different in here, which I don't know if I can. I think I've pretty much maxed out my potential in my space, but I'm cool with it. I'm pretty happy with it. But then I say that like I did the last time with this, and then I see this beauty, and I go, I can make it work. Like a blank canvas. I pull everything out of the room. I look to see if I'm able to do it, and I go, I'm going to make it happen. And then a lot of stuff in between, a lot of hooting and hollering. Don't drop that. Dogs, get out of my room. And then we're here. So thank you very much for joining us on this wild trip. And it's been a hot minute. I try to be more consistent, or as consistent as I could be. If you like what you saw today, tap that like button. Give me the thumbs up. Thumbs up. Why? I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to say that. Shows me that you care. Shows me that you appreciate the time that you got to spend with me today. Shows that something was cool, or we turned some trash into treasure. Made it work for us. And fit it in this a lot smaller game room than I'm used to. But I appreciate it because I have to be more creative, and something's crooked. There we go. Yes, I'm a spaz. I have to be more creative and more wise in my choosing of what goes in here and what doesn't. There are 207 awesome, amazing folks. 207. Wrong year for that video. That was a couple years ago. There's 307 awesome, amazing folks. We broke our 300 subscriber milestone. Really happy about that. There's plenty of other channels out there that do really well as well. Some go off into the wonderful million range for subscribers and turn this into a business avenue, which I can respect, absolutely. It would be awesome to make content every day, get something out of it, other than what I get out of it, which is hopefully paying it forward and giving you a time to take a step out of your life and whatever you got going on, because that's what I found YouTube for. I've told the story many times. I was saying in the short verse, I needed to get my head straight. I did not want to do it in ways that would negatively affect me. Spent a lot of time with friends, family. My English bulldog, Seamus, is no longer with me. But he was with me every single night for a straight year, as he was his whole life, when I really needed him the most. And he just sat there and he loved me, showed compassion. And then for the times that I just really needed to clear my head, I found YouTube. I started watching The Angry Video Game Nerd. Started watching people who love playing Call of Duty, horror, this whole types of stuff on this platform. It's a great time. I know there's a lot of noise in between. There's algorithms. There's this, that. I'm not here for a business reason. If I was, I understand the concern and the hustle. Believe you me. I've been working my whole life. I've been working most of my life. Since I was about 16 years old. I'm now 41. Long time. But a lot longer to go, and I'm okay with that. I get it. But for here, it's a great way to pay it forward. Give somebody the moment to maybe get out of whatever they got going on, negatively, positively, or nothing at all. And just watch something and be like, that's really cool. This guy's a psycho. He needs help. Or I really think his tastes are a lot like mine. It's one or the other, or it's half, or I have no interest. I'm okay with that too. I get it. Not everybody can like all one thing. It's crazy. Plenty of things to hear to like, but maybe somebody doesn't. Maybe somebody's going to turn it off because they saw an entire corner of plush. Didn't mean for that to happen. It just grew to fruition. I like it. Reminds me of like a thrift store, department store, maybe back in the day. A bunch of plush in the, they still have it now. Walmarts and stuff like that. They have the plush that's in the giant cage. Going way off topic. But anyway. Thank you very much to the 307 awesome, amazing folks who are subscribed to the House of Fun and Video Games, who comment, like, share, and all that other happy horse shit. And give me the recommendation. Or rather, give you the recommendation that this place is an alright place to hang out in. Maybe not forever. But it's still pretty cool to check in. Or he's just crazy. One or the other. And I'm okay with either one. Thank you very much to those folks. And if you're interested, do subscribe. We do a lot of different things on this channel. Thrift Time and Finds. We got 51 of them in the bag. Great time. Love the thrift. Haven't gone as much. Surprisingly, I didn't have to go for that. That would probably be a couple hundred. It'd be like $50, $100. Hey, it's money I don't have to spend. I'm good with it. It looks great. Cleaned her up. Sharp as a whistle. Got its defects. But you know what? That's what makes things special. Defects. It had a past. It belonged to somebody at some point. Somebody didn't want it. Turn trash into treasure. Recycle. Not a bad thing. Other things we do on this channel. Thrift Time and Finds, as I mentioned before. eBay Time and Buys, where we buy some stuff or a whole bunch of shit on eBay. And we go over it. Not many of those lately. Haven't been in a long time. Not really doing much of that. But I do like to get into eBay Time and Buys Revisited, where we go back to our eBay purchases. See if your boy here got duped. One time I did get duped. A couple times I didn't. Things worked out. Great prices. Getting a whole lot of that. I haven't shot one of those in a while. I've got to actually think what I've actually gotten off of eBay and maybe go into that at some point. Other things that we go over is videos on the channel, Let's play some video games. That's the title. So what do? We step back in the past to play some cool games. Some of them maybe suck ass. You know, maybe you know. Or go to the future, present. We play some video games, we have some fun, share some of our memories. I would like to actually capture it and have my video attached to it as well of me talking, interacting, whatever. I could never get it right. The timing was always off. Just something that's more better that I like to put it. Maybe here would probably be a good place. And just let it rip. But I do want to do straight capture card videos. They're awesome. They come out great. But that's what we do. Play some video games. Have some fun. Talk some shit. Also got into movie reviews. Only one that I have out is on the first Friday the 13th. I don't know if I really know if I'm going to keep going with those, but I back and forth about it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think it'd be a blast to show you my appreciation for not only video games, but physical media as well. And the history behind them. Got a lot of stories. Got a lot of fun to be had. And then, sometimes we just have random updates and all kinds of crazy stuff. There's a whole bunch of content on this channel. I have no algorithm. I don't care. I just have fun. I just want to be creative. This right here today is the first time that I have felt creative in the last month. Just like I said, a lot of stuff going on. It doesn't matter what it is or why or whatever. When I can be creative, I get super excited about making a video, making a change to the game room, cleaning out my closet or, the garage. Like, it's just things that, you put in the back burner. And then you have to really zone in and go, I want to accomplish something today. I wanted to do this today. I didn't do measurements. I didn't know if it would fit. It's still got a lot of room. These rooms down here in Florida are not like Mass. Some houses in Mass are different. These rooms are, you could see the size of the doors in this house are crazy. Not every house in Florida is like that, but in Mass, I would have to do some pretty MacGyver shit to get this down in the basement. I remember the upteen times I've had to gently squeeze something through, use the stairs that were carpet, I think, after the game room got under siege. That's a good video as well. It's an awesome video. Where the basement blew up. And not blew up like a bomb, but blew up like the water pipe blew and all kinds of nice stuff went everywhere you could imagine. Very bad time, but that little stairway that I have, anything that was ever down there, whether it was a big entertainment center, a giant TV, all the nonsense couches that I've had over the years that either I found or were given to me or whatever, they all went down this little door. Because if it went through the front, and I've done it a few times, getting it down, having to open the door to the basement, hook in, hook out, it's just crazy. I really appreciate that I could pretty much bring anything I want into this house, and it will fit. Do I bring a lot of stuff in? No, but it's the fact that the accessibility is so much better. I love big doors, and wide doors, and double doors, because single doors suck. Stairs suck. Florida doesn't have many places that have, a few, that have two-story homes or two-floor homes. No stairs. Some of them do. I have one that's not too far away from me. I like not having to do that. Do I like the space? Oh, yeah. Do I ever want to move into one of those again? It would be the last time I moved. I'm not moving out. That's it. Call it a day. I'll get to that point where I'd have to probably get a moving company. It's crazy. Anyway, way off track. That's why I like it. That's why I like what I'm doing. I like doing creative things. I like paying it forward. I like having fun with you folks. I like hearing your stories. That Sega CD video, that did great. A lot of great stories for people who have a lot of nostalgia for the Sega CD. And you know why I do. Because I wouldn't have it right in the front if I didn't. Just like with all this stuff. It's great. Oh, by the way, before we go. Yeah, she's a little dusty, but I do have a working 32X on an original Model 1 Sega Genesis. That's a Model 2. And then that is not a Model 3. You know what that is? That's a CDX. Sega CD Genesis. Without this crazy contraption or without the contraption that would be like this. Hold on a sec. Before we say goodbye, I didn't even realize I did this. You know how funny the Sega CD looks on the bottom with the Genesis and the 32X? And I don't have that original Sega CD. It's the Model 1. I just don't have it. But what the hell do you call that? Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Mixed in with a little slim PS2. That is a monstrosity. That's crazy. Oh, you got to get into some more of this. I have some great games for this. I'd like to get that Spider-Man game. You ever played it before? I've seen videos of it. Super expensive. But man, well worth it. I would get that. I love Spider-Man games. They're great. Especially the new ones. Hey, if you want the current generation, that's why I like it. But I've taken up enough of your time. This is Jason's House of Fun and Video Games. I hope you have a wonderful night. Hope you enjoy your weekend, because the weekend's here. First time in a while I haven't done a video at the beginning of the week. I don't know when this will come out, but what time is it? Maybe tonight. Maybe if I can get it out. That's all I got for you folks. Thank you for spending time with me. And I'll see you in the next one. And what are we going to do? Because that's a wrap. That's a wiggity wrap. What are we going to do? I think I'm going to enjoy some old CRTV. And the only way to enjoy it is by having your own movie theater. See you in the next one, folks. I see you. You see me. Let's go. Almost gone. I forgot to include a very important part of the channel. So I'm not going to be doing anything of what I just said. If you want to reach me and take the conversation further, Jason's House of Fun and Video Games on Facebook. Show me pictures of your game room, pictures of stuff you found in the trash, pictures of things that fell out of the sky at the thrift, gifts, whatever it may be. I want to see them. Take the conversation further and have some fun. I'm also on Twitter, Jason's House of Fun and Video Games. Not a lot going on there. I'm also on Snapchat. Don't use it at all. Just doesn't do it for me. All the weirdness comes through Snapchat, at least for me, in that particular channel or that particular thing that I have. So I don't use it anymore. I'm also on TikTok. Never thought that day would come. I enjoy it. It's fun. Shorts are not really my forte. My videos are super long typically, and I'm okay with that. But I've learned to grow the appreciation of shorts. Little tidbit, just that you need, just enough, and then proceed and get things done. Jason's House of Video Games on there as well. Having a blast. I do a lot of things on there. It isn't necessarily all channel related. I do a lot of things with things I love more than what's in this room. Animals, pictures, atmosphere, creativity, feelings. I know that doesn't sound really right now that I think about it. I probably could have said that better, but I mean, we don't do 2 times here. We do it once, and whatever comes out, that's how it comes out. But yeah, there's a lot of differences there. I always complained that at one point I could only put together a 15-minute video. Ironically, it's before that big disaster in my basement. 15 minutes of fame, huh? It's a funny video. And then comes the Game Room Under Siege. I shouldn't have tempted fate for that one. But I have a lot of fun with it now where I could straighten myself like I did in the game room, where it's a small space. I have to be more creative. And those 15 seconds, which is not even anywhere close to 15 minutes, you could do longer. I could couldn't straighten myself mostly to 15 seconds. Or 10 seconds. I think it's 10 seconds. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I have a lot of fun with it. So definitely check that out. I will see you folks in the next video. Sorry for the ending. The epic ending. And then the I forgot the rest of the what the fuck I was supposed to say ending. And that's cool. So now we'll really leave. And we will end. We'll look at some plush and some happy looking jack-o'-lantern. Because it's Halloween, baby. Happy Halloween, folks. I'll see you soon.